Hey Pokemon trainers and gym leaders, this past weekend I was at London Card Show and unfortunately whilst there I fell victim to a scam. Today I'm going to run you through what happened, what I got scammed on and what you can look out for in the future to make sure it doesn't happen to you. Let's get into it. Now the item in question that I unfortunately got scammed on was this VSTAR Universe box. Unfortunately, I wasn't in the hobby at the time of Crown Zenith being readily available, so I thought this would be a nice cheap alternative to be able to get to rip and enjoy the set, chase the Golden Giratina, which is one of my all-time favourite cards and Pokemon, and ultimately pick it up in person around like friends at an amazing event run by the London Card Show team. Now when I got this home to unbox, I sat down, ready to enjoy a bit of a degen session, and then next thing you know, I'm met with a coffee drink. The real kicker here is that the coffee is out of date and it didn't come with the straw. The absolute cheeky fuckers got me from every angle. So today I really wanted to just quickly run through what the issues were, what the warning signs are, and how you can avoid it in the future. Now, it's quite tricky with these Japanese booster boxes, as typically they would come with a peel strip. Let me just quickly show you what it's like on a previous Japanese booster box I opened. Most Japanese booster boxes have this peel strip so that you can sort of check it for tampering. Obviously it's not an exact science, as these boxes are very easy to open from the side and then reseal without actually damaging this tamper strip, but as you can see the VSTAR Universe box doesn't have that. And alongside this, I do have a real box to show you to run through as well. As you can see, there is no peel strip, which makes this quite a bit easier to fake ultimately and sell as a legit sealed product when in fact it contains an out-of-date coffee drink. So let's get into all aspects of it and see what you can do to avoid it in the future. Now, I know at a card show you're not going to have the luxury of having a set of scales with you, but I wanted to just highlight the difference in the sort of feel and sound and weight of the fake booster box, just so again you have some things that you can kind of look at in the future just in case you have any doubts. So this fake booster box, as we can see, had the coffee in. Just focus it on the scales there, you can see that it weighs in at 243 grams. So then when I take that off, let it zero again, and put on the legitimate box, you can see that this one clocks in at 191 grams. So that's a difference of over 50 grams. So again, it's not like huge in the sense of you'd clearly be able to know, but if you were to feel multiple boxes, you'd start to see that sort of discrepancy between the two. The next thing I wanted to showcase is really how different they feel and how the item moves inside. So obviously with packs, they are loose, and if I just move that about a bit, you can kind of hear how things move a little bit differently, like independent of one another because of how they're stacked. Whereas because this is literally just the one item in the box, when it moves, there's little to no sound, and if I hold it at the side, it's just one item moving. So again, there's that kind of difference in feel between how the legit box feels and how the fake box feels, in the sense of this can rattle and rustle and there's a lot of different sounds, whereas this one is nothing because of how it's packed in here. Again, it is supported with some tissue to prevent sort of any suspicion and pad out the box a bit so you don't just get that thud in, but ultimately it's quite clear that this is faked in terms of they've tried to mimic the real box, but ultimately there is that against it. The next thing I want to go through here is actually the plastic seal. So I'm going to open this box up live here on the camera just so that you can get a clear indication that this is me opening a legit box. We'll double check it just to make sure, but I bought this off of Koi Cards, who are a fantastic Japanese Pokemon provider in the UK. Honestly, I'll put their Instagram here. Absolutely fantastic company to deal with. I recommend them to anyone if you're looking for Japanese booster boxes, singles and loose packs in the UK. Definitely hit them up as a priority. So we'll just get the scissors here and open it up along the seal here, trying to do as little damage to the seal as possible. Because the big thing that I want to highlight here is actually how different the plastic feels and sounds on the fake box, well, the resealed box compared to the real one. So the immediate difference is this fake wrapper is a lot thicker than the real one. And if I move this around a bit, just so you can get an idea of the sound of that one, then we compare that to the real wrapper. This is a lot smoother, whereas this is quite firm and almost kind of waxy. So I'd say that if it has a thicker than usual plastic seal around the product, it's potential signs for concern, because this is very thin, very pliable, whereas this is quite rigid, hard, and almost, as I say, kind of waxy in feel. And just to make sure that history doesn't repeat itself, let's open this box up and make sure that the beautiful Crown Zenith VSTAR Universe packs are in there. Moment of truth. There we go, that is exactly what you want to see. So thankfully we have the packs this time, but again, I just wanted to flag this so that if anyone else was out there buying like Japanese booster boxes, things seem like too good to be true price wise, or anything along those lines, you're not 100% sure on the product, these are just some things to look out for. As what I think has happened is when you compare the boxes side by side, like the colours are the same, maybe this one is ever so slightly lighter, but like all of the detailing is there. The same Pokemon are featured. Get the focus on it. Yeah, same Pokemon are featured. The text is the same, the font is the same. There's no clear indication that this isn't legit. What I think has happened is that somebody had a legitimate box, opened it, took the packs out, and then resealed it with the coffee, which is in this one, I believe. Yeah. So here are the warning signs, things to look out for. Full credit to the vendor, they gave me a refund, no questions asked as soon as I sent them the photos. But again, if ever you're unsure, make sure that you're recording the unboxing process. Again, just so that you don't face any potential backlash yourself or pushback in them saying that you had a fake or anything like that. Again, massive shout out to the vendor. Also shout out to London Card Show. I put this on my Instagram story. If you're not following me already, it's at the Pokey Strongman on Insta. And they reached out to me asking me who the vendor was, if anything had been resolved, and if they needed to step in. So again, customer service from their perspective was fantastic, and the vendor themselves, as soon as they read my message, they couldn't apologise enough, and then sent me the full refund, no questions asked. They did me a deal on it in the first place, and thankfully Koi Cards, being the absolute legends that they are, honoured the price that I paid at the card show to send me out this replacement box, which was very kind of them. Again, really rate them as a business, not at all affiliated with them, but I just want to shout out the great things that I see and have experienced. So yeah, hopefully you guys can take some lessons from this and not get scammed in the future, because it fucking sucks. And there we have it. It's always worth double checking any kind of sealed purchase you make, any real cards you buy, just to make sure that you don't fall victim to something like this. Hopefully this video can help you guys avoid these issues in the future. Full credit again to the vendor. They sorted me out a refund immediately, no questions asked. This is more of an awareness thing, not a slight on anyone or any business in particular. But for now, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Pokey Strongman out.